It is not enough to wish. You have to believe. There's a very big difference between wishing and believing. You see, in life, a lot of people, what they do is they wish. I wish I had this. I wish I did this. I wish this was mine. I wish I owned this. People wish things would get better. People wish the money would increase. People wish they had a better job. They wish the opportunity would show up. But wishing, my friend, it doesn't change your reality. Believing does. Believing definitely does. Let me tell you something that happened in my life when I was in my late 20s. I remember a time when I first got together with my ex-wife. We were a young couple. We had a son and another son on the way. And at that time, I was driving a beat up Acura Legend. Yes, a 1988 Acura Legend. Then my wife had our second son, Philip. Two little boys, a growing family, and not much money. You know how it is. Back then, my dream car was a Honda Odyssey. What represented for me at the time, the dream car for a family man. If you were around in those days, you know what I'm talking about. That minivan was the perfect family vehicle. Comfortable, spacious, safe. I could picture it so clearly. Me driving, my wife next to me in the passenger seat. Us adults just talking on a long trip. And in the back, my boys watching Finding Nemo on the little screen. That was a big deal back then. That picture lived in my head for a while. But there was one problem. I couldn't afford it. At that time, I used to drive back and forth between Needham, Massachusetts and Providence, Rhode Island. I worked in South Boston and I could not afford rent in Boston. Too expensive. So I found myself moving to Providence because rent was cheaper there. And I had a babysitter, the perfect babysitter, my lovely auntie. I cannot count how many times on the way back to Rhode Island, I would stop at a Honda dealer just to look, just to sit in a Honda Odyssey in the dealer's lot. I would ask the salesman, can I sit inside? I would sit in the driver's seat, touch the steering wheel, look in the mirrors, and just see myself, imagine myself driving the car. Because to me, that was my car, not someone else's, my car. I talked about that car so much that eventually my wife started to say it too. Every time a car would go by, I would say, that's my car. At first, it was just words. Then it became a declaration. Then it became belief. Over the years, we moved to Florida. We moved to Miramar, Florida. By that time, because I could not afford the Honda Odyssey, when Philip was born, I ended up buying a white Dodge Caravan. Yep, I remember, because that's the car that I picked him up from in the hospital. Spacious, but it wasn't my Odyssey. Eventually we moved to Florida, like I said, but life got complicated. And I stopped going to the dealer. But I never stopped seeing that car in my mind. Every time a Honda Odyssey passed by on the road, I would still say quietly, "That's my car." One day, my wife and I were on our way to Costco in Pembroke Pines, Florida, to buy diapers and food for the house. Not a car. Spoiler alert. We went to buy diapers. We stopped at an intersection, if I remember correctly. It was off of University Drive. Is it University Drive? It's University something. And Pines Boulevard. Right by that little airport. If you live in Miramar, you know where I'm talking about. We stopped at that intersection, about to make a left to head down Pines to go to Costco. And suddenly, a Honda Odyssey passed right in front of us at the light. My wife looked at me and said, "Look, honey, that's your car." I smiled and said, "Yep, that's my car." And then something happened that changed everything. As the car passed by, I looked at my wife and said, "I know I've talked about this car so much, but have I ever shown you inside the car? Have you ever seen inside of it?" She said, "Nope." I said, "Then today, you need to see the inside." So instead, I'm laughing as I'm saying this. Instead of turning into Costco, I drove past it. I drove to Weston, Florida, off I-75, and I pulled into the Honda dealership. I still remember Rick Case Honda. We went inside. As I got to the dealer, a salesman approached me. "May I help you?" The guy said. I said, "Yep. Well, I've always been talking about the Honda Odyssey, but my wife has never seen the inside of it, so I'd like to show her the inside of the car." I'm going to be very brief in telling you what happened that day, but literally, the guy said, "What color do you want?" I said, "Burgundy red." That was my favorite color. He said, "Leather interior or cloth?" I said, "Leather interior." He said, "You want it new or used?" I said, "It doesn't matter." Then he asked me, "Do you want navigation system or DVD player?" I said, "DVD player." And the salesman said, "Well, it just so happens that we have one in the lot, exactly what you are looking for." So we went to the car so that I could show her what the inside looks like. And the salesman said, "Do you want to take it for a test drive?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So we grabbed the two car seats that were in my white Dodge Caravan, put it in the car. We took the car for a test drive. Believe me when I tell you, the guy didn't say a word. He just sat all the way in the back. Me and my wife in the front. I'm driving, and the two kids are in the middle seat. And we take it out for a spin. And my wife was like, "Oh, wow, it is nice." And I'm bragging about the car. This is why I like it. I told you. I knew you would like it. And we talked and we talked. The salesman didn't say a word. When we got back in the dealer, the man looked at me and he said, "Do you want to take it home?" I said, of course, as long as the monthly payments are less than $400 a month. Honestly, the full details would require another video, maybe even a book. But let's just say this. I went out to buy diapers and I drove home in a Honda Odyssey on my terms. If that's not belief, then I don't know what is. Now let's be clear. I am not telling you this to talk about a car. I am telling you this because belief changes how you move. When you believe something is yours before you see it, you prepare for it. You speak differently. You walk differently. You think differently. You make room for it. That car didn't just appear because I wished for it. I saw it. I sat in it. I declared it. I believed it. And when the opportunity showed up, I was ready. That is the difference between wishing and believing. Wishing says, that would be nice. Believing says, that's mine. Now let's bring this back to you. You pray every day, I am assuming. By the way, you don't have to be a Christian to pray. You ask, you work hard, you sacrifice, you go back to school, you pick up new skills, you try side hustles. But after all of that effort, after all those prayers, you cannot afford to be praying and not believing. It's not enough to ask. You have to believe in what you're asking for. What is it that you want? Be honest. Financial peace, freedom, opportunity, recognition, stability for your family. Do you even believe that it's possible? Do you believe that when you speak to God, He hears you? Because if you don't believe, you're just going through the motions. There is a verse in the Bible, 2 Timothy 4, verse 8, that says, now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness. Notice what the verse said. There is in store for me. Not maybe, not hopefully, not I wish, but there is. That's belief. That's conviction. That is someone who knows he has done the work and trust that the reward exists. I have to admit, I don't pray very often, but I do believe in everything I ask God for. And now, I am simply waiting for my reward. But here is the truth. I've already received a lot. The freedom I have today is something some people wait for their entire lives. Are all my dreams sitting on my head like a crown yet? Not yet. But I'm working towards that. And I believe more is coming. Because, do you know what belief does? Belief fuels preparation. And preparation meets opportunity. So stop wishing. Start believing. If you're going to pray, believe in what you are praying for. If you are going to work, believe. If you are going to sacrifice, you have to believe in what you are sacrificing for. You've come too far to start doubting now. May God bless you. Read 2 Timothy 4, verse 8. Believe me, my friend, you can learn a lot from a verse. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful day. And like I always tell everybody I meet, before party. Don't let anybody get on your nerves today. Um, I gotta say that I'm at the starting line of this new venture, and it's an idea that came to my head while vacationing at my sister's in the Dominican Republic. I wasn't prepared. I'm not a pro at audio and video. I am a writer, a blogger, a digital nomad. I'm used to typing words and putting it on the page. But I am trying to find a new home for my creative writing. So I'm trying audio visual. You'll have to excuse me because at this point I don't have a professional microphone. I'm actually using the mic that's on my Android phone, swapping back and forth between that and my Bluetooth to see which one sounds better. So for all of those reasons, I do ask that you pay more attention to what I am saying than how it sounds for now. I promise once I get back to the States, it won't cost too much to buy a decent microphone on Amazon.